My name's Dan. I'll be your commentator this afternoon. We are here, Iowa Central Triton Community College Rugby. We are taking on Lindenwood Belleville out of St. Louis. And we're about ready to start the anthem. We got a band here today. It's a beautiful day for some rugby. Get this thing going. That was an incredible performance by the Iowa Central Community College Triton Marching Band over there. We appreciate their services down here. Kickoff should be in just a few moments here. Today we do have Iowa Central Triton Rugby taking on Lindenwood Belleville out of St. Louis. Your starting lineup for the Tritons today. Number 1, we have Nathan Heath. Number 2, Victor Wong. Number 3, Mitch Coleman-Hardy. Number 4, Clayton Goddard. Number 5, Zachary Schott. Number 6, Vanya Sturm. Number 7, Isaiah Faleuka. Number 8, Elliot Finn. Number 9, Richard Felton. Number 10, Matt Barker. Number 11, Mike Wilden. Number 12, Ani Mateto. Number 13, Sofian Benmefta. Number 14, Leopold Hennebert. Number 15, Jabari Leopold. Number 16, Jervini Kamaya. Number 17, Ali Muhammad. Number 18, Jarek Crosby Fisher. Number 19, Kamani McQueen. Number 20, Jordan Sanderson. Number 21, Logan Atkinson. Number 22, Nathan Eplett. Number 24, Andrew Harada. Number 25, Trenton Teachins. Number 26, Prince Gale. Number 27, Ben Hale. And number 28, Noah Dahl. We have a heck of a match lined up today. We have Iowa Central, who is undefeated on the season. 4-0, perfect in conference play. Going to be 5-0 after this weekend due to the forfeit from Moorhead. And then we have Lindenwood Belleville here. They're coming in ranked number 2 in D1 AA in the country. So we got quite a matchup here. It looks like Lindenwood Belleville is electing to kick off to Iowa Central. Or rather, Iowa Central is electing to receive. Hey, it looks like the audio is not on. Yeah, I'm getting a text message from somebody saying the audio is not on. Audio is hot? Okay, sounds good. Opening kickoff, Mike Wilden, the winger. He's taking that on the fly. Taking it on the fly. Taking into contact. Linwood was there for the poach, and they did knock the ball, however. It looks like it was actually stepped out. It's going to be a line out to Iowa Central. That's Vanya Sturm with a nice jump. Victor Wong with a good throw. Got that ball out. Sophion Ben Mafta with a crash in there. He did let go of that ball, though. It is going to be Linwood Belleville ball right now. A mistake in the backfield led to an Iowa... looks like it was a penalty against Iowa Central. It's going to be Linwood Belleville advantage. We'll see what they're going to do. They're going to kick it. Looks like they're electing to kick for post. Get some points on the board for this game. Looks like they have their out center who's kicking. Well, at least he's kicking on this one. Number 13 for Linwood Belleville is lining up for the post. This ball is live. If it does not score, looks like it went off the upright and it did bounce inwards. That's going to be 3 on the board for Linwood Belleville. 3 on the board for Linwood Belleville, and they're also going to receive this kick after the points there. Looks like Matt Barker's overloading to the left here. That is a sky-high kick. Mighty Potato is there to try to get that, but their very large lock, number 5, took that one out of the air and into contact. Clayton Goddard and Victor Wong on a team tackle there. Linwood Belleville got tackled, but he was not held down. He was able to get back up and continue on his trek. Took it down the field quite a ways, went for an offload. It was knocked on. It's going to be a scrum down to Iowa Central. There. This should be a good contest here. Linwood Belleville looks very large, but Iowa Central is very experienced in the scrums as well. It should be a good day. And Iowa Central has the upper hand on their put. Looks okay. It looks like a forward pass right off of the scrum there.
Let's go, Pack!
It'll be another scrum down. This one will be to Linwood Belleville. That scrum went down.
Let's go, Hunter!
That scrum went down. We're just going to take a few steps away from the sideline, try to get to a little bit dry ground. Fort Dodge about 3 days ago got about 6 inches of rain, so this field is going to be a little sloppy today. And we are moving back. All right, perfect. All right, that ball did get out of there in time before that scrum collapsed, so we're going to play on. All right, that was good counter rucking by Iowa Central there. Richard Felt in the scrum half was able to eventually get that picked up. Sophion Ben Mafta dished that one out to Elliot Finn. Elliot Finn took that ball into contact. That ball was sent out to the fly half, who offloaded that to Victor Wong, who was met right away with a stunning hit. We had a kick through. We're going to play a little soccer, it looks like. We're going to have a try awarded to Iowa Central. Looks like Jabari Leopold, after a little bit of kicking downfield, he was able to put that ball in for 5. Try awarded Iowa Central. It's going to be a difficult kick from, looks like 2 to 3 meters outside of the touch line is all. We are in for a great match today, it looks like, folks. Leonard Belleville was able to strike early. They were up 3-0 until Iowa Central got that ball downfield, put it in for 5. Now in rugby, for those of you watching that may not be too familiar with the match, a score, commonly known as like a touchdown in American football, is worth 5 points in rugby. And this kick right here, if converted successfully, which it was, is worth 2 points. Brings our total to 7. It's going to be 7-3. Iowa Central has the advantage, but we got a long match ahead of us.
Let's go, Leeds! Next job! Let's go!
Leonard Belleville has a pretty split kickoff setup. And they elected to go to the far side this time. As the All-American, Ani Mateto, got that on the wing, kicked it down. That was a field possession game right there. Some strong counter rucks by Blue. But it looks like Leonard Belleville dug that one out of there. A great tackle downfield. Led to a mistake.
Hey, next time! Let's go, boys!
Led to a mistake by Leonard Belleville.
You gotta scrape hard on those late kicks, okay? You gotta scrape and clean that up.
That was a knock-on. It's going to be a scrum down to Iowa Central here. The referee today is Jeffrey McHenry. He was already having a conversation with some of the players in blue. I wasn't entirely sure if that was going to turn into a penalty or not, but it looks like it's going to stay a scrum. And it will be Iowa Central put in.
Hey, you got a strong side, go!
Sofian Ben Mafta. He's breaking the gain lines. That ball was carried downfield. The ruck was won by Iowa Central. Got it out to the back line again on the outside there. And that's Jabari Leopold. He's got 2 on the day here. Right now it is 12-3. Iowa Central advantage before the conversion attempt here. Matthew Barker on the far side of the field, sitting about the 22-meter line. He's right about 15 from the touch line. Not too bad of an angle here. Let's see what he can do with this ball. Flags are up. That's 2 more on the board for Iowa Central. We're looking at 14-3 after the successful conversion attempt there. Linwood's looking to kick to the far side, but they are switching up, kicking to the near side this time. That was a nice high kick, deep down, all the way to the 22. Jabari Leopold took that and then offloaded to the other team on accident. So it is Linwood Belleville ball deep in Iowa Central territory. That's a big tight head prop. He's running hard in there. Great team tackle by Sofian Ben Mafta and Isaiah Faleuka. Or Faleuka. I apologize for that. Isaiah Faleuka. Good pressure defense by Iowa Central, but Linwood Belleville is maintaining the ball here. That was the tight head prop who just offloaded to the 8-man for Linwood Belleville, who's breaking a bunch of tackles, running downfield here. That ball popped out a little bit. It looks like one of their locks picked it up. They're going to pick and go for a little bit here. Looks like we have a penalty advantage to Linwood Belleville. Not releasing. We're going to see what they're going to do here. My guess is being this close to the try zone, Linwood's probably going to tap this ball and try to stomp it in here. No, it looks like they're electing to choose a scrum. Scrum down to Linwood Belleville, approximately 8 meters away from the try zone of Iowa Central. The way Linwood Belleville is lined up here, they're kind of stacked up in the center of the field. They have the option to go weak or strong on this. The scrum by Linwood Belleville is incredibly strong. It's going to be another penalty to Linwood Belleville. We'll see what they elect to do here. It looked like a player from the Iowa Central scrum down reached through and grabbed a player. They're going to call that, I believe, offsides. Either way, it's illegal, and he did it. So it's a penalty advantage here to Linwood Belleville. We're going to have another scrum down. That is a muddy field, and it looks like Linwood's just been able to dig in deeper than Iowa Central has so far. We're having some pick and goes right here near the line. We just got some strong competition in the forwards here. Both forwards are playing real prideful. Belleville wants to score one for their pack, and Iowa Central wants to get a held up here and get the ball back for their entire team. This is, when it comes down to this, folks, this is like a goal line stand in football, and this is pretty much willpower. And it looks like Linwood was able to get one in there after about 6 or 7 phases. We're going to have a score of 8-14 before the conversion attempt here. Number 13 for Linwood Belleville is lining up the kick here. Looks like that kick was no good. It's going to remain 14-8. Iowa Central has a 6-point advantage, and they are kicking off the ball.
Hey, now, Jay. Go up with safe. Hey, T, watch this 12. Oh. Yes. Heads up, here we go, boys, in the air. Offsides. Way offsides.
That ball was tipped back by Ani Mateto.
And he knocked it.
We got Matt Barker. He's sending another boot downfield. We got some players on chase. That ball looks like it went out of bounds. It's going to be kicked out by Lindenwood Belleville at the 5-meter line. It's going to be Iowa Central throw-in on this. That was a great kick by Matthew Barker down the field here. We got Victor Wong on the throw today. That ball was thrown into the front man, Mitch Coleman-Hardy, who took that into contact. Victor Wong entered that ruck from the side, though, and that is going to be a penalty to Lindenwood Belleville. It looks like they're going to kick downfield, try to gain some territory out of this. That kick crossed the street. It looks like Lindenwood Belleville is electing to maul. That maul came down. Is dug out by Lindenwood Belleville. That kick was charged down and was captured by the wing, Lindenwood Belleville. We're going to have that ball was overthrown. It was scooped up by Lindenwood Belleville. Quick tackle. They are... Looks like another kick. That ball was kept in by Richard Felton. Victor Wong with the strong run.
There we go.
That's going to be another forward pass. It's going to be a scrum down to Lindenwood Belleville. It's at about the 23, 24 meter line here. As a Lindenwood Belleville put, it was a stalemate for a second there, but Lindenwood Belleville was able to advance that. That pass was high coming out of the scrum, though.
What are you doing?
And Iowa Central was applying quite a bit of pressure.
Whoa! Get him out! Yellow! Yellow! Yellow!
That was the player was lifted high. It wasn't quite a dump tackle, but it was definitely dangerous. They're going to be reprimanded with a penalty here. And it looks like it's going to be Lindenwood Belleville.
You got to chase this. Let's go. Chase.
Lindenwood Belleville is looking to kick out of bounds here, try to gain some territory.
Good ball, Colson.
He's got a booming kick downfield. He's going to get about 25 meters out of this.
Hey, possession, territory, pressure. Possession, territory, pressure.
Lindenwood Belleville is going with the full lineup right now. They went to the middle guy and got the ball out in the back lines of Lindenwood Belleville right now. They're spinning that ball all the way down to the wing. Great team tackle. That is some, I'm not sure what the call is, but there's a lot of stomping going on in there. I think that's what the whistle is going to be for. Jeff McHenry, great sir. He's going to pull together captains and discuss some issues he's seeing. It looks like McHenry called a penalty for raking there. It looked like he threw the boot down with the signal there. Either way, it's a penalty to Iowa Central, and they're electing to kick for post. Now remember, if you're not familiar with rugby, even if you are, off a penalty kick, this is worth 3 points if it goes through, but if it doesn't go through and it stays in play, it is a live ball. What that means is play doesn't stop and reset for another down or anything like that. You just play on from this. So see a lot of action from both teams if this ball does not go through the uprights. Untitled from about 43 meters out. That ball was no good. It went out. It bounced in and went out of the back of the try zone. It's going to be a 22-meter drop to Iowa Central.
Hey, Big J! Big J swings, let's go! Come on, Reagan! Come on, Dave!
Now remember, this ball only has to go a short distance over the 22-meter line before it is live for both teams. But they do kick it deep, and you can assume there's going to be a strong counter from Iowa Central here. But that counter was shut down pretty solid. Kick down, and we have a kicking game so far right now.
Everyone's on! Everyone's on!
Jabari Leopold, the fullback for Iowa Central, just running that ball up. That ball is cleanly poached, and Belleville is taking it into contact. You have a great big hit from Ani Mateto and Nathan Heath.
Hey, fellas, territory pressure. Hey, Colton, shake it out. Let's go. Let's go.
It's going to be a minor infraction. It looks like a referee interference, essentially. He just got in the way of the running path. So to keep things fair, he's just going to call scrum down to the team that was possessing the ball at the time, which was Lindenwood Belleville. It'll be an input to Lindenwood.
Let's go, Hunter, keep working on! Just like practice! Just like practice! Come on, Vanya!
Oh! I'm not sure what the call was. Okay, it looks like a penalty to Lindenwood Belleville. We had some disagreements from each other on the sideline over here between the teams. But we got that settled. The penalty was called. The boot was made. That's going to be Lindenwood Belleville line out. Lindenwood Belleville with a nice call there. And a run up the gut. But Iowa Central has some strong tacklers. Coming in from the side was the call against Linwood Belleville. It's going to be Iowa Central penalty. And I would imagine that Matt Barker is going to kick for the touchline here on the near side. And he does just that. It's going to be Iowa Central line out after the boot downfield. A quick line out by Iowa Central. Was contested pretty well. Got that ball out. Got it to Annalisa Mateto with the diving try. And if that doesn't get your blood flowing, I'm not sure what will. That's going to be 5 more on the board for Iowa Central. We're at 19-8 before the conversion attempt here. That was a great heads-up play. Heads-up call on the sidelines for the line out here. Iowa Central coach Brent Nelson is fired up on the sidelines for his team. He is stoked for this match today. The conversion attempt by Matthew Barker was successful. It is going to be 21-8, Iowa Central lead. Linwood Belleville coming back in, set up to kick off again. That was a very, very high kick by the Linwood Belleville kicker in the fly half there. He was met right away by Annalise Mateto as they retrieved the kickoff on the sideline there. And their scrum half is shredding the Iowa Central defense currently. But it looks like he's going to be held up on this. This is a maul. Nothing come of it. It's going to be a scrum down to Iowa Central since Linwood Belleville took that ball in. Good heads-up play there. That was sniffed out right away by Belleville, the 8-man pick to the scrummy. It was sniffed out right away. He was tackled right away. Matthew Barker with a great kick downfield and a good bounce. That's going to stay in. It bounced all the way back to about the 22-meter zone. But the number 10 fly half for Linwood Belleville, he had a great run back. A great run back, which was eventually kicked downfield, scooped up by Jabari Leopold, offload to Ani Mateto, who kicked that out of bounds just to try to dig themselves out of a little bit of a hole there. It's going to be a line out to Linwood Belleville on the far side of the field. Oh, we have a player down for Linwood Belleville. He's in the backfield of Iowa Central, down near the sideline over there. Trainers are on the field to attend to it. Nobody ever likes to see a player go down. I really hope that he is okay. She's giving him some attention right now. Looks like she's looking to the lower left leg of the player, possibly the foot. Wrapping something up, and he's up, he's moving. Most likely just an ankle. Just an ankle. He's got a second one. He'll be okay, I'm sure. He's jogging it out, back in formation. Looks like a tough kid. We're going to get back to playing here. It's going to be Linwood Belleville throw-in on this. That ball looked like it was working hard to avoid everyone. It went through two different jumpers' hands and below a couple people's legs to bounce off the back. Good kick downfield by the scrum half, Richard Felton. Linwood Belleville scooped it up. Iowa Central is on defense, getting downfield, changing their position. Mitch Coleman Hardy made second contact there, but took him down, drove him back for a few meters. Linwood Belleville on the attack right now. They got the ball out to their wing, who's going to kick that ball away. Scooped up by Jabari Leopold. He's looking to counter. He throws a dummy pass, steps a few tackles. He's looking for somebody to offload to, but he's just going to run. He offloads to Sofian Ben Mafta, who's there on the support. Tackle not releasing is the call. It's going to be Iowa Central penalty. That was a great counter and great support by Jabari Leopold and Sofian Ben Mafta. And Matthew Barker is looking around for his tee. It looks like they're wanting to kick for post for sure. If they do, this will be another 3 points on the board. Again, this ball is live. So the defense needs to be very attentive. The offense needs to be very attentive. As soon as this ball hits a boot, if it stays inbounds, it does not go through the uprights, play continues. The flags go up, the points go on the board. That's 3 more. That brings our total 24-8. Iowa Central advantage. Still in the first half here.
Next go, please. Let's go. Next go. Come on, boys. Keep fighting. Let's go. Hey, you good, Pat? You good, baby? Let's go, Pete.
Belleville set to kick off to Iowa Central after that penalty attempt conversion. Successful penalty attempt. That ball looked like it shanked a little bit, went straight upfield. Sofian Ben Mafta, he's seeing some open field. He's kicking the ball now. We have a chase down going on. It looks like their fullback for Linwood Belleville was able to get there before the All-American for Iowa Central, Ani Mateto. It's going to be a 22 drop to the Lynx. They're looking to go pretty quick here, try to catch Iowa Central off guard. Is a deep, high kick. Matthew Barker with the catch off the kickoff, and Jabari Leopold's going to take this into contact here. Great rucking by Clayton Goddard and Vanya Sturm. Good strong run by Mitch Coleman Hardy. Offload to Victor Wong, who tries to offload it, has a missed tackle. That ball eventually gets in the hands of Elliott Finn. And now Clayton Goddard with a strong run, who is met by a hard tackle. Vanya Sturm taking that ball into contact. It's going to be a not releasing the ball penalty on Vanya Sturm. Linwood Belleville advantage.
Hey, good work, Kyle! Keep it up, Kyle!
We have a very hard-hitting match on our hands.
Hey, baby, you good. You good. You good. Stand up. You good. You good.
Oh. It looks like there's about 5 minutes left to go in the match, a little less than 5 minutes to go left in this match here. It's been an incredible first half, 24-8, Triton advantage, but it's Lindenwood Belleville possession in Iowa Central territory. That was a strong run by Lindenwood up the gut. And they're surging. You definitely could tell that they want another try before the half gets over here. It's going to be a penalty to Iowa Central here. It looks like that ball just wasn't released. And it's going to be another 10 for throwing the ball away. Iowa Central was reaching for the ball. It was just tossed away from their direction. We are a game of gentlemen here. And the serve wasn't standing for that, so it's going to be Iowa Central advantage. They kicked the ball downfield. Lindenwood looked like they just about kept that ball in. The serve says no. He didn't get the pass off before his feet hit the ground. It's going to be Iowa Central throw-in inside Lindenwood Belleville Lynx territory. That was a great throw, great swing back by Isaiah Faliuka. Offloaded, get that ball clear out to Sofian Ben Mefta, who offloaded that ball to Elliot Finn. He's got some support downfield. Iowa Central Tritons are knocking on the door again. Victor Wong, the hooker, ran that into contact, got the ball stripped. It's going to be an advantage to Lindenwood Belleville for hands in the ruck. Let's see what they can do with it here. The serve says advantage not gained. It's going to be the Lynx of Lindenwood. Penalty advantage, deep in Iowa Central territory. My guess is they're going to kick for the sideline here to try to dig themselves out of a little bit of hole here. That's a nice kick. He kicked it from about the 12.5 to about the 30, so gaining quite a bit of territory off that boot. Get a more comfortable area for the Lynx. It's going to be their input. It's going to be a free kick advantage, I believe, to the Lynx. There were too many people in the line out for Iowa Central. They had 5. The call was 4. It's going to be a free kick option. Lynx are going to tap and go. That looked like the hooker picking that ball up and just running that hard straight into contact. Clayton Goddard wrapped up that ball carrier, and he wasn't going down, so he just carried him backwards. That looks like the fullback for Lindenwood. Looks like the fullback for Lindenwood took that one into contact. We have a player down. That looks like a pretty nasty... Something pretty nasty happened right there. I'm not sure what happened, but we have a player down. Let's hope that he's okay here. We've got a very scrappy game on our hands here. That's what happens. You're gonna get 2 powerhouses in their respective divisions and their conferences, and well, actually, Lindenwood's not even part of a conference, but they are part of D1 AA, and that's a very competitive league, and they're sitting right about the top. They're number 2 in the conference or in the division. Iowa Central is dominating their conference with wins 107-0, 102-0, 81-8, and last weekend it was 162-7.
Hey, let's go, Kyle! Let's go, Kyle!
So when you get the competitiveness of both teams in here, it's gonna get scrappy. It's gonna get rough, and injuries are gonna happen. Hopefully, this player for Lindenwood Belleville is gonna be okay. Looks like a couple of the players on the sideline for the Lynx are coming out, probably going to help this player off the field. We hate to see a player go down. Hopefully everything works out okay for him. He's coming off. He's up. He's coming off. He's being carried. All right. We got some good sportsmanship out there in the center among the forwards. Handshakes, hand slaps, pats on the back. We're all here for one reason. We all love the sport. We love to play it. We love to watch it. That's what it's all about. Player safety is number one concern. And he's going to lay down in the trainer's table, and they're going to take a look at him. But we're going to get back to the match here. We got a scrum at center, 2 Lindenwood Belleville. And these scrums are fighting each other really strong today. That looks like an 8-man pick. Running hard. The winger, Leopold Hennebert, just lowered his shoulder and went for the tackle on the very large 8-man for Lindenwood Belleville. Some strong running by the Lynx right now. They're some strong rucking as well. That player was met by Vanya Sturm and carried backwards by Sofian Ben Mefta. That's Nathan Heath getting in there, wrapping up the legs of the big lock.
Let's go! This is our game! Let's take the heat! Let's go!
It's gonna be a high tackle advantage. That's a penalty advantage to Lindenwood Belleville Lynx. That was a high tackle on Ani Mateto.
You're driving this game up, okay? Take the heat all the way up. Let's go!
It looks like the Lynx are electing to kick for touch here. Try to gain some field position. And they did just that. They got about 10 meters and the line out to their advantage. We're looking at the last play of the half. Last play of the half. You got to feel that the Lynx want to score. Well, I mean, honestly, both teams would love another try before half. Vanya Sturm with a great competitiveness, but the 8-man for the Lynx was too strong to kept a hold of that ball. The Lynx are playing some banger ball right now, just running right up the gut. They're probably looking to keep doing that. It's getting them a few meters per run, and any forward progress is always good progress in this game. They're sending that ball out to their backs. There's an overload. Leopold Hennebert with a great open field one-on-one tackle. The Lynx were able to keep that ball in bounds. Iowa Central desperately trying to drag him out. Not able to do so. There, they got him out. Iowa Central was able to get him out. That's half. The Lynx got to feel like they just left some points off the board there. And the Tritons are celebrating that victory. We're going into halftime here with a score of 24-8. Iowa Central advantage. Welcome back. We're about to kick off the second half here between Iowa Central, Triton Rugby against the Lynx of Lindenwood Belleville. We've had a heck of a first match. If you're just tuning in, you missed quite a battle in the first half. The Iowa Central Tritons are up 24-8 currently, but this game is not over by any means. We got 40 minutes to go, and the kickoff just happened. That was a sky-high kickoff. The tackle by Zachary Schott and Vanya Sturm. Vanya Sturm. That ball was stripped out by Vanya Sturm on that one. It is Iowa Central ball. That ball is out to Mitch Coleman Hardy, taking that into contact. That ball was picked out, but it was not picked out properly. The Sir's going to call not releasing on the fly half for Belleville. And we got an injured player down. That's number 7. That's Isaiah Faliuka. Isaiah Faliuka. He's sitting down. We got our great trainer out there. He's giving the thumbs up. I'm guessing it's probably a cramp, possibly an ankle, but he's down right where the penalty is. So we're going to take a second, make sure he is safe. He's good. It looked like a cramp. They got it rubbed out. All right, it looks like everybody's cramping right now. I'm not sure what's happening, but the whistle's blown. Play is back on. It was a penalty against the Lynx of Belleville, and Matthew Barker says, let me slot this one in for 3 points. He's going to give an attempt at post here. Just to recap, in our first half, our try scorers were Mike Wilden actually scored the first one. I gave the wrong name at first. That was Mike Wilden putting in the first try of the day. And then we had Jabari Leopold putting in the second, and Ani Mateto put in the third. All 3 conversions were successful. All 3 by Matthew Barker, as well as a penalty kick for 3 points. And now we have another penalty successful for Matthew Barker. It's going to be 27-8. Iowa Central advantage. Lindenwood Belleville is coming to kick off this ball pretty quick, though. They look like they're going to go weak on the far side. They kicked that ball really deep. They got some chasers out there. Feel a counter kick coming. A kick by Richard Felton. Ran down, thrown in quick. We got a couple players up here. They're going to go weak. Looks like clean play, scrappy but clean. It's going to be Lindenwood Belleville coming out of that mess with the ball here. Passed out to the center of the field. The lock picked it up. Looks like a reserve player for Belleville is in, number 21.
Good kick. Shit, go get him, Dane. Dane, that's you. That's the boy, Dane. Get him.
That ball was retrieved by Nathan Epplett.
Take him out.
Offloaded to Jabari Leopold and rucked over by a couple backliners here. Sofyan Ben Mefta got that ball out to Vanya Sturm, who offloaded to Victor Wong. Great support play all around. The rucking has been good on both sides today. Nathan Heath is hungry. He's running with a full head of steam right up the gut. There's an overload, and Iowa Central sees it. Leopold Hennebert took that ball in, offloaded to Ani Mateto. That ball was dished out to Mitch Coleman Hardy, who was tackled behind the gain line. Matthew Barker saw a hole, tried to exploit it. Went for an offload. It was muffed. It is going to be a scrum down to Lindenwood Belleville Lynx. Pretty close to halfway, about 45-meter line. We've had a great second half so far. Both teams are hungry. Both teams are fighting hard. It's going to be a great second half, just as well as the first was. going to be a penalty advantage to Linwood Belleville. They tried to kick downfield. The penalty or the advantage was not gained. And it's going to be a penalty to Linwood Belleville right about the 40-meter line. I guess it'd be considered the 10-meter line, but either way, it's all the same. I would assume that the Lynx are going to kick for touch. And they're going to get there. That was a great kick. Great kick. Sent about the 40, kicked it all the way down to about the 10. 10 to 15. It's going to be a Lynx throwing off the line out here. They are going with 4, 5 in the line out. Jumping center, overthrown ball. Zachary Schott got that one out of the back.
That's us.
That ball was kicked sky high by Matthew Barker. Ani Mateo was there to get it. Couldn't quite handle it. That ball should have stayed down.
Tackle!
Clayton Goddard, headhunting.
On him.
Wasn't able to get there, but he led him right into another defender, Zachary Schott.
Numbers. We gotta go.
A great tackle by Nathan Heath.
Send it.
They're sending that ball out wide. They have quite an overload over there. Let's see if they can. I'm not sure who that was, but that was a great hit by one of the backliners for the Linwood Belleville Lynx there.
Munster!
The Lynx are on the surge.
Stop staring at him! Get him off!
They just keep running the ball up the gut. Great defense. That.
You're gonna get in trouble with those fucking malls. You gotta stay off that.
It's going to be a penalty advantage for diving over in the ruck. Advantage to Iowa Central here.
Come on, Dane. This ball's yours. You ain't gonna make it out. Hey, Cam, here. Support Dane here. Support Dane. Ross faded a little bit.
Matthew Barker looks like he's going to kick for touch. Try to dig his Tritons out of the 22 here. He's got a great boot on him. That ball does reach out of bounds. It's going to be Iowa Central throw-in just inside their own 40. Victor Wong's got the toss here. Looks like the Tritons are going with a full line out of 7. That ball was tipped back, scooped up by Clayton Goddard, who's just going to take that into contact.
Thank you, Sam.
That's a good block there. He's just doing his job. That ball was given out to Isaiah Faliuka.
There we go. Let's go. Give me that ball. Territory pressure points. Let's go.
That was an incredible kick by the winger for the Linwood Belleville. He was sitting about 35, and he got him pinned down at their own 5-yard line with that kick out of touch. The Tritons got to be aware here that most likely it is going to be a maul, being this close to the tri-zone. Nope, they got that ball out. They're going to look for a gap.
Colson. Monster.
Tritons were able to put him down, but not after the gainage of most of the remaining field here. That looks like a try for Linwood Belleville. It's going to be 27-13 before the conversion attempt here. I'm not sure quite what you can see through the camera, but down there on that side of the field, that is pretty much a mud pit. The rain that we received earlier this week, quite frankly, it drenched the field. We got about 5 inches of rain here in Fort Dodge, Iowa, and we got it cleaned up the best we could. Try to put some cover on it. But it's a slot fest out there. Linwood Belleville was able to punch it in, so it's 27-13. Conversion attempt here. If successful, it is worth another 2 points. Number 13 with kicking duties. That is going to slide wide right, barely, just barely. So the score remains 27-13. Tritons are up by 14 here. That is 2 complete possessions. Iowa Central with the kickoff here. That ball went a little deep, but it was sky high, and it gave Ani Mateo time to get there, disrupt the catch. The Tritons were able to come out of that, or the Lynx were able to come out of that one with possession. Zachary shot with the tackle there. I'm not sure what kind of a ruck that was by number 14 for the Lynx. The Sir saw it. He didn't call anything for it. That was like a leapfrog something. I'm not sure what's happening. Iowa Central was able to strip that ball. It is their possession now. It is a kick by the Tritons. That was a good Tritons bounce back in the field. Jabari Leopold had the pressure on him. He felt it. He had to kick that ball out the best he could. It's going to be a Triton throw, sitting about the 23, 24 meter line. Victor Wong on the throw here. That ball was slapped out by Vanya Sturm, scooped up by Richard Felton, Vanya Sturm is gonna take that ball, pick and go. Mitch Coleman Hardy with a strong run. He's just looking to run people over. He's doing just that. Unfortunately, his support was not there. He got hit the ground, and the Lynx went for the ruck. He didn't release the ball. It's gonna be back 10 for Tritons. Advantage to the Lynx. My assumption is they're probably going to kick for touch here. Try to get out of the 22 at the least. Kick by the Lynx got him up to about the 30. It's going to be their put in as well here. Iowa Central needs to make sure they're matching numbers on this line out. They got caught for that once. They did so. It's going to be a 5-man line out to the Lynx. That ball was not straight. It is going to be Triton's ball. They are electing to go for a scrum down here. It's a muddy field. Anything can happen in scrums. Tritons put. That's going to be stopped for dangerous play. With the muddy field, you got everybody trying to drive, nobody going anywhere except for straight down on that one. It's going to be a re-scrum back to Iowa Central again. See if we can get something a little safer, a little more towards the inside of the field here. I don't know what all you guys can hear, but the scrums have been very intense. Linwood Belleville likes to make a lot of noise in the scrum, get them hyped up, get them jacked, and it's working for them most of the day. That ball, Iowa Central tried to go weak on this one. Jabari Leopold was thrown out of bounds, drug out of bounds. It's going to be Linwood Belleville Lynx tossing. They're thrown to the front. That ball was kicked out of the 22. It's going to be a penalty advantage. Penalty advantage to the Lynx. I think they called a high tackle right there. High tackle was called. So Lynx probably are going to kick for touch again. Try to get downfield a bit here.
Let's go, boys!
The Lynx did retain that possession off that line out. And they're going to get that ball all the way out to, I believe that was their winger. No, that was the replacement fullback, actually. It's going to be a penalty against Iowa Central. I'm not sure what the call was. I didn't quite see it. But the sir saw something. He called it. It's going to be a Lynx boots again. Trying to keep it in. It's going to be a Lynx throw-in on this. They do a quick insert, quick throw. The fly half found himself a gap here. That's going to be another high tackle penalty advantage.
Scrum. We go scrummer points. They took the scrum. Hey, yep. Hey.
Looks like the Lynx are electing to take the scrum off the penalty.
Come on, let's go! Good job. Here's the stuff. Good job. Hey, let's go. Pressure, possession.
It's been a strong battle, strong contest all day long in the scrums here. It's going to be a Lynx put inside Iowa Central territory.
Pump them.
They're going to try to drive this for another penalty here. Iowa Central had it, the Lynx had it, but they threw that ball kind of away. They're digging themselves out of their own backfield. They're doing well so far. The Lynx are. The Lynx have a very, very big 8-man who is just running hard into contact. He had that ball stripped from him, though. It's going to be a knock-on. Scrum advantage to the Tritons. Looks like their 8-man actually went down for a second, but he looks like a warrior. He's getting up. He's shaking it off. He's back in the game, smiling. He's good to go. We do have a player down, though, for the Tritons. Looks like Zachary Schott. Zachary Schott is down on the ground right now. The trainer's out there attending to him.
Let's go, Vogel!
He's up and moving. Looks like he's shaking it off too. We got.
Thank you, Hunter.
Looked like a cramp. He just need to rub it out a little bit, shake it off. He's good to go. He's getting back in the scrum. still in there playing lock. We got nobody in their right mind wants to come out of this game right now. It is a battle, to say the least. And both teams, all players, all 30 players on the field right now are hungry for a victory. Iowa Central was able to get the advantage out of that scrum, though. The big 8-man for Lindenwood Belleville ran that kick down. And then he got drugged back for another 10 more meters. There's a big overload on the near side here, but the Tritons were able to swarm on defense and shut it down. Looks like Jeff McHenry is making a call. Back 10, diving over. We're going to take a minute here for the injured player down on a couple knees here. I hope he's okay. He seems to be okay. He's up. He's moving. I believe he's going to stay in the game here. We got a diving over penalty against the Lynx. Matthew Barker is looking to most likely kick for touch, gain some field possession, which is exactly what he did. Goes straight over me. That's a very good kick. He was sure to make sure that one went out of bounds, about 50 feet out of bounds. He's got a leg on him. Tritons line out near side of the field, 50-yard line, 50-meter line.
Get out, Sam! Sam, out, out! Good! Brad! Brad! Black rocket!
A good dummy by the Tritons led to a strong run in the center of field, which led to a forward pass, which is going to lead to a scrum for the Lynx. There's been some great plays followed by simple errors most of the day here. It's going to be a scrum down to Lindenwood Belleville Lynx, sitting about the 40-meter line in their own territory. Put in by Belleville. Successful scrum by Belleville. The fly half for Lindenwood Belleville tried to put a couple dummies out there. Nobody bit. He was tackled down. It's going to be a run by the number 5 lock. That was a good, strong run, good, strong ruck. That's some hard hitting on both sides. I'm not entirely sure what the call was, but it was against Iowa Central for Belleville. They're going to try to exploit an overload here. He went for a dummy. The fly half, Jabari Leopold, was not having any of it. He grabbed that man and threw him right out of bounds. It is going to be a line out to Iowa Central just inside the 40. Victor Wong with the throw here. It's been a great day of rugby all around here. That ball missed its target. It was going to be a knock-on by Iowa Central. Lynx recovered the ball, but the ref blew it up with no advantage gain. It's going to be a scrum down to the Lynx. About the same spot. Sarah McHenry did not like something he saw there. He's going to blow it up. He's going to restart the scrum cadence. Restart the scrum cadence here. We're going to have a put in by the Belleville Lynx. That ball was picked by the 8-man. Offloads a 9, who's going to send that ball down the line. But it is sniffed out. And Triton's pressure defense has been in their face all day long. They were able to find a gap and run it into contact for a few meters gained. That's the 8-man for Belleville again. He is massive. He offloads to the lock number 4, who offloads to the loose head prop number 1. And we'll reset play here. Oh man, that 8-man for Lindenwood Belleville, he's something else. The 9 for Belleville is tearing up the defense a bit here. Looks like a penalty for not releasing. Too many. I apologize. Thank you to the winger for number 11, Belleville. He actually corrected me. The sir's calling too many movements after the tackle. For those of you maybe not familiar with the game, that actually is ensuing that the player, after hitting contact, just kept rolling a few too many times. Which is not allowed. You do get a movement to get set and place the ball, but what was happening was an attempt to gain field position, and that's just not allowed. It's going to be Iowa Central line out.
That's it.
That was stolen by the Lynx. Stolen by the Lynx off the line out there. I believe that might be the first one they stole today that wasn't overthrown. That was a great jump by both teams, but they just got ahead of us. The Lynx are looking to... Lynx are, I thought they were going to send it out. They offloaded back on the inside off their fly half. Now they're sending it out. They're trying to get it out yonder. That ball... They had an overload, but they just threw that ball a little past their offensive player there, and it did bounce out after a knock-on. It is an option. Looks like it's not an option. Looks like Tritons are going scrum down.
Let's go. Let's keep it up, D.
Put in by Richard Felton for the Tritons here.
Golson, I'd be ready for kick. That's us!
Looks like the Lynx stole that ball. That ball popped out the back, and the 8-man picked it up. He got that offload out. That was good hands, good awareness by him. That was a strong hit by Ani Mateto. He got the ball off. It was just muffed out of the hands of the winger, and it went out of bounds. Tritons are going with a quick line out and a kick downfield. The sir is going to call that dead.
Gentlemen, through the hands. Stop skipping.
He's going to call the play dead.
In the corner.
He's calling it dead because it looked like the Lynx were able to mark that before the ball got thrown in. It's going to be a line out to Iowa Central.
Let's go back on the fence!
Looks like Benjamin Hale on the throw now. We've got a few people subbed out for the Tritons. Benjamin Hale taking the place of Victor Wong with throwing duties from the line out.
Not straight. Let's go!
That ball was not thrown in straight. It's going to be a scrum down to the Lynx, who have had the advantage in the scrum all day long. Even obtained a few penalties off it with intense drives.
Penalty!
scrum down advantage to the Lynx of Lindenwood.
Any penalty, throw to 8. Any whistle, throw to 8. Dave, tell Gilly, any penalty, he throws it to 8. Any whistle, anything. Okay.
Sounds like Belleville is over here calling any penalty, give it to 8, which is a great advice because that is a massive human being, and he's been running all over the Tritons all day long. So Tritons need to hold on, commit less penalties because they're going to have a train running at them if they do. Lynx have a strong advantage in the scrum. They're driving forward. They're trying to get a penalty out of it, I believe. As an 8-man pick. 8-man pick, offload to one of the backliners. Takes that into contact. It's just a lot of goal line action down there. That is a great hit. Great hit, trying to drive him back by the Tritons. It is good, strong forward rugby down there. The Lynx give up. They send it out to the back line. They're going to look for a gap here. Jeff McHenry called that dead. Understandably, the Lynx are upset that they didn't get to play their advantage out. But he felt that it wasn't gained, and it's going to be it's going to be a penalty advantage to the Lynx. They're opting to go for the scrum. Opting to go for the scrum off of the penalty. Lynx with a very strong try. They are the Lynx with an incredible scrum drove that ball all the way in, and the 8-man just picked that ball and sat it down. It's going to be a try awarded to the Lynx of Lindenwood Belleville. It's looking like 27-18 before the conversion attempt here. We've had a great second half. The first half was full of scoring. The second half is full of defense. We're looking at about 9 minutes remaining in this match. And with an unsuccessful conversion, the Lynx are still down 2 possessions. 27-18, Tritons lead with 9 points. We got about 9 minutes remaining in this match here. The sir is signaling for about 10 minutes remaining. It's somewhere between 9 and 10 minutes remaining. Knowing the Tritons, not only are they trying to hold on this lead, but they want to get it bigger. We're not used to having this close of a match, and you got to think that they're craving another try before this game's up. That's not only a penalty, that's probably a yellow card, to be honest, and it is. He's reaching in his pocket. That was some massive contact. Linwood Belleville jumped really high for that. The timing was off. Ani Mateto, typically a very disciplined player, hit that man in the air. He's also down right now. That was some massive impact. That's not looking good. Good sportsmanship. The fly half came over, shook the hand of number 12.
Come on, Jabari.
It's most likely going to be a yellow card here for Ani Mateto anyways. His day's pretty much over. He's going to walk it off. He put in a lot of work today as well. So, fortunately, he's okay. And he's able to walk off on his own accord. He's actually jogging, so that is a very good sign that he's able to jog off the field right now. Going and apologizing for the hit. And we're going to get back to some rugby here. It's Lynx advantage. They are going to kick for touch, get some field position here. That's a great kick. They just flipped the field and then some. Lynx throw in here. That ball was overthrown. Overthrown. It's going to be a knock on. It's going to be Iowa Central scrum down.
Who wants this, boys? Scrum time, boys! Hey, toss it over our heads. Come on, Jordan. Shane, be aware of the kick. Hey, toss it over our heads. We cover each other hard. We rotate hard. Come on, Dane. Come up, pressure. Let's go, Ross. Big steal. Big steal. Oh, fitter pack.
That's going to be a slight boot by Matthew Barker. That ball was scooped up by number 11, the winger, offloaded to the flanker for Lindenwood. That ball's given to the 8-man again, who offloads inside. Number 9 is just stepping on this muddy field, making defenders miss everywhere for the Belleville. Looking for a pick.
Good decision. Good decision. Munster.
Their Linwood Belleville is picking and going. They have, it looks like a penalty advantage to Belleville right now. Penalty advantage killed. No advantage gained. It's going to be a advantage to Linwood Belleville. If tradition stands, it's going to be a scrum down. And it does. It's going to be a scrum down to Belleville, who has just proved to have the more dominant pack in the scrum today. Good portion, probably due to that number 8-man for that they have.
Hey, fast. Nice and simple. Run lines, put it through the hand. Woo! Hey, they're short one somewhere. Let's exploit it. Where are they short?
That ball popped right back out the side. It's going to be a re-scrum. Linwood Belleville advantage. Looks like we're moving the scrum down for safety purposes. It's slipping already. They didn't even have the ball in yet. Nobody was driving, so. Down a man here. The Tritons have to be careful of that weak side. Thankfully, the Belleville Lynx went to the strong side. Oh. That ball was dug right out of the ruck and given to the hooker for Linwood Belleville, who you could hear the impact if you were here, was just strong. And they're picking and going really hard here. But the defense is there to meet them for the Tritons, and they're not really gaining too much territory. You have to imagine they're going to spin this ball out here. There's a massive overload on the far side, and they see it.
You can't do that. There we go. Let's go. Penalty advantage. Scrum. Go. Or quick.
Looks like a penalty advantage. It looks like bridging over is the call against Iowa Central. It is going to be a penalty to the Lynx, who are going to go with a scrum.
Yep, get up now, folks. Let's go.
There's about 5 minutes remaining in this match between the Tritons of Iowa Central Community College out of Fort Dodge, Iowa, and the Lynx out of Lindenwood Belleville, out of the St. Louis area. We're going to move the scrum over again for safety reasons. That end of the field is just a swamp. It's difficult conditions to play in, even worse to try to scrum in. Player safety requires us to move it every now and then. I'm not 100% certain that ball was even inserted, and there was a lot of driving going on both sides of the ball. We're going to get this reset, get some fair play set up here. Put in by Belleville. A massive drive again. You got to be thinking they want another try for their forwards here. They're going to walk this one in, it looks like.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm not, to be honest with you, I can't really see anything. I'm not sure what's happening. It looks like Triton somehow poached that ball, and with the high pop kick, it's going to be Lindenwood Belleville ball with a line out somewhere near the 5-meter line. Okay, so that massive mountain of a man, that is an 8-man, it looks like he just had another player pull his shoulder back into place. So I guess we're good to go. All right. We're gonna play on here. That's if that doesn't scream beast, I don't know what does. And after getting his shoulder popped back in place, he lifts a human being in the air, catches a line out. Oh, uh-oh. Go figure. We're getting a little scrappy on the field here. When you got two top-level teams with two very proud packs, it's going to get scrappy. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Fortunately, Jeff McHenry, the sir of the day, was able to get that broken up before any damage was done. I believe the original call may have been held up. I believe the original call was held up. Looks like a red card. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe some damage was done. It's going to be a red card to one of their players. I'm not entirely sure which one, to be honest. The assumption is there is probably hands thrown in there. And by hands, I do mean punches. It's going to be a penalty advantage to Iowa Central. That was a good goal line stand. And it's going to be a line out to the Tritons. Just outside the 22-meter line. The Lynx are trying to throw a sub on. The Sir's not seeing it. The play is happening anyways. That ball was slapped out of the line out. Thrown out, bounce pass. Clayton Goddard was there to scoop that ball up. Nathan Eplett with a sweet mullet taking that ball into contact. Mitch Coleman Hardy taking that one. These Lynx are some hard-hitting players, but the Tritons are not too weak of their own. They're taking that contact and taking it with stride.
No, they don't. He is on the sideline. Oh, shoot.
Elliot Finn with the... That's going to be game. That's game. Your Iowa Central Tritons are coming out of this victorious 27-18 against the Lindenwood Belleville Lynx out of St. Louis. That was one of the hardest hitting, toughest matches, and Lindenwood is an incredible opponent with lots of opportunities to take the match there. It's chippy. We got some players down. That 8-man is down. I surely hope that he is okay. You got your Tritons celebrating on the field. Some strong handshakes. I believe the hooker just made an impromptu sling. As per the tradition, Iowa Central is cheering for the other team. Lindenwood will circle up, cheer for the other team as well. We had a battle on our hands here today. I hope, for those of you watching at home, that you were here for the whole match, because that was incredible to watch. Our try scores on the day are Mike Wilden scored the first one of the day. Jabari Leopold scored the second. Ani Mateto scored the third try of the first half. And then we also had a penalty kick in the first half by Matthew Barker. Matthew Barker also made all the conversions. That's brought it 24-8 at the halftime. The second half had another try by Ani Mateto. Conversion was missed. There was another penalty conversion successful in there by Matthew Barker. That made it 27-8. The Lindenwood Belleville put another one in, brought that total up to 27-13, and then put another one in, and that brought it another try and brought it to 27-18. And that's how we got to our final score here, folks. My name is Dan Piafish, and I'm going to come here. I believe we're going to get an interview here with the starting fullback, Jabari Leopold. Let's get him set up here on a headset here. Get a mic down in. We're going to pull him over here. Let's get in the camera view here. Jabari, how do you feel?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, you put in quite a bit of work out there today. I saw you put a try in, at least one. How many? You only have one today?
Yeah, one try.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay, no hat trick, I guess. No, that was great work out there. You started, where'd you start the match at?
Fullback.
You started at fullback, and then we had a substitution for Mike Wilden, I believe, and you actually adjusted positions.
Yep.
Dropped over to the weak side wing?
Strong side.
Strong side. He dropped over to the strong side wing. Put in a full 80 today.
Yeah.
How did it feel? Some of those guys are pretty big out there, and you're making some great tackles on the wing.
Yeah, it feels pretty good, man. My groin still hurts, but I pulled it off.
That's right. You are playing injured. You've been out of practice a little bit for
About 2 weeks now.
about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Healing yourself up for this big matchup here. You want to give a big thumbs up on the victory here?
Yeah.
Ladies and folks, that was or ladies and gentlemen, that was Jabari Leopold. He put in a lot of work today. He is a great player. And we thank you for your time, Jabari. Grabbing I'm good. Coach Nelly. Coach Nelly's coming. I'm not sure where he's at, but I know he is thrilled. I don't see him, but I have a feeling he's probably on the bottom of that pile if I was to guess. The Tritons are ecstatic. We've had this, quite frankly, we have had this game marked on our calendar since the first day everybody stepped on campus. And it's hard when you are in a certain kind of conference and you just don't feel like you're playing a competition, and then a team, a very, very difficult to play, incredible team, Linwood Belleville, coming up here. They have a monster of a man in the 8-man. He freaking ran all over the field today on us. But they were able to keep it under control, put some points on the board, and when it's all said and done, that's a 9-point victory for the Tritons. We will get a couple more interviews here, hopefully. We're just waiting on traditions out here. Man of the match was given out. We'll see if we can figure out who that was and get an interview with him as well. Honestly, I'm just trying to kill a little bit of time here. Let's see if we can steal a serve for a quick interview here. Hey, Jeff. All right. We're going to get another interview here.
Is this live?
Yeah, this is live right now. We got another interview here. Jeff McHenry, he was the sir on the day. He had the duties for today's match, the honors for today's match. How was that match to sir?
It was exciting. It was fun. It was definitely challenging. 30 athletes that are better athletes than me out there. Obviously, it got a little away from us there at the end, which happens when you have two dominant teams playing each other.
Yes, very much so.
It was fun. I hope it was as fun to watch on the sidelines. It was exciting.
Yeah, being on the mic, I have to control myself a little bit, but I was going insane for both teams. That was an incredible gameplay, and I thought you did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you.
Especially keeping control of that situation over there. That was 30 pretty big men out there that at that point, 79 minutes into the match, just kind of want to kill each other, and you were able to sneak in there and calm it down. So I applaud you for that.
Well, thank you.
Yes. How long have you been serving or refereeing?
About 8 or 9 years.
8 or 9 years. How long have you played the game?
This is my 20th year this fall.
20th year.
Yeah.
Wow, that's almost as long as I've been alive.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Well, we thank you for coming up here. You live a couple hours south of here, don't you? Yeah. So you made the trek up here on a Wednesday evening, nonetheless. Did you have to take off work for this?
A little bit.
A little bit of work. That's dedication to the sport right here. We want to thank Jeff McHenry for jumping in here, taking on what he knew was going to be quite a match to probably referee a lot of action. And I think he did a great job up and down the field, always on top of the action.
Well, thanks. I hope you guys have me back.
Absolutely. We will. Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, you got me, I guess.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who gave us permission to even do this in the first place. This is the president of Iowa Central Community College. This is Dan Kenny. Dr. Kenny?
Dr. Kenny.
Dr. Kenny. Doctor. That's an impressive title. How'd you feel about the match out here?
It was amazing. It's still a sport I don't know much about. Trying to learn it. I've been down for a few of the matches, understanding the scoring and stuff like that. But, our guys play hard.
Yes.
It's just amazing to see that. And as I learn the game and learn what's going on, to me, it's amazing. It's like I went over there and talked to the kids. I said, all I know is we won. Everything else in between I tried to figure out myself. But no, I'm proud of them. number 2 team in the nation.
Yeah, that was number 2 in D1 AA. So that the football equivalency would be like sending Dodge City or Witt in our area for football to go play against Northwest Missouri State
Oh, wow.
or
So kind of almost 2 divisions above. Really,
exactly
what
2
it is.
divisions above, and we're both the top teams in our area.
Well, it's amazing. I'm very proud of the guys and coach. And just, you think about it, we started this last year, and we just beat the number 2 team in the nation that's basically 2 divisions above us.
Yes.
And, Coach Nelson and the coaching staff's done an amazing job. And you're part of that team last year, too.
Yes.
And, ended just a little too short of what we wanted. I
Unfortunately,
think, really looking at what they're doing this year, I think it's going to improve. And I think we're going to get Coach Nelson, who knows a lot more about the game than Dr. Kenny. So,
All right,
I
sounds
am
good.
is the money man, but congratulations, Coach, again. So,
Thank you for your time, Dr. Kenny.
thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Iowa Central Community College Triton Rugby program. This is Brent Nelson. Coach Nelson, how do you feel today?
Here's the thing. That's a huge win for us against a Division I opponent, highly ranked. It's hard to nitpick when you win a match like that. But we made a lot of mistakes today. Committed a lot of penalties. We definitely have some things we got to work on. Discipline. We got to stay disciplined more and just realize when we have our moments, not to give the ball away. And we gave the ball back a lot. There's just some stupid things we did today, and but I mean, it's a W. So.
It's a W. It's a W. Yes. So tell us a little bit about the program here. Some of the people watching, especially for the new players, the freshmen coming in, they may not know too much about the history of Iowa Central. Can you give us a little layout of where this program started and where we're at now?
Yeah. 3 years ago, we were kind of looking for some things to kind of add to Iowa Central's already, just historically amazing athletics program. And, I played rugby, and I thought, why not? Why not? And so it started with me banging on doors and asking for people if they would like to come out and hit some people and play rugby. Not a lot of people knew. I called you. You were my first actual recruit, ironically, and here we are. It's our second official year, so. We had fun that first year, had some success in some sevens rugby and things. So that next year was our first official recruiting class and our first official varsity program. And you see the energy here, the fans, like all the people that were here. It's just, it's crazy, for a D1 program to come all the way from the Belleville, St. Louis area to come play us. We're honored to have them and host them. They're a class program. They are an amazing program, and they hit hard and
really hard.
And I know they're even down some numbers right now, but they'll bounce back, and I just hats off to them. They played their butts off today. So
yeah, agreed. They did. They traveled quite a ways. What was it, about 4.5 hours? I believe.
It's like 6 or 7 hours.
It's like 6 or 7 hours. Okay.
This year, this is our second varsity year, and to be where we're at right now. Last year we were national runners-up in small college rugby.
Yes.
Came up short. We'll move up a level. We're in the Northern Lights Conference in Ensgrove still, and I'm really honored to be a part of this, and to have 50, 60 guys on the team right now, just pulling for each other, the brotherhood. It's just an amazing feeling. I feel really good right now, but we'll get back to work later this week. So,
what's the next competitions coming up for Iowa Central?
So the B side will go to Ames and play their B side on Saturday.
Should be a tough match.
We had a team forfeit our A side match Saturday, so we're just going to take the weekend off, and then the following weekend on the 21st we'll play Lindenwood St. Charles, which is another D1 program. So we'll go down there, and we'll have a nice time in St. Louis and spend a couple days there. They want to tour. The coach wants the guys to tour a little bit, see the campus and things. So it'll
That's
be
awesome.
a nice trip away for the guys. They've earned it, so we'll go do some social things and see the arts and do some things like that. So it's pretty cool.
Sounds good. Yeah, well, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Pete.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna sign off here. After that was a big win for Iowa Central Community College Triton Rugby, 27-18 over Lindenwood Belleville Lynx out of the St. Louis Lindenwood area. Yeah, I think that's a great day of rugby. Thank you for joining us.